Hey y'all, it's Tiwi, and today you're getting a book tour video. I'm very excited to be filming this. I love reading. I want to get into all of my books and tell you why you should get them. And I definitely want to get recommendations from all of you as well if you read. And if you don't read, this video will show you why you need to read because it's really fun and everyone should be reading. I have all of my books in my tiny little collection over here, and I'll be going through them one by one. This is The Collected Schizophrenias by Esme Wei-John Wang. I recently read this for college and it definitely traumatized me and made me want to not become a mental health professional. This is Down the Drain by Julia Fox. This book pissed me off. I don't want to sound like a hater, but this book made me like Julia Fox a lot less. I went in being a fan of her and being excited to read the book, and after I read it, I thought, geez, she's insufferable. The Trial by Kafka, classic Kafka business. You're not gonna understand what's happening when you read this, but I think that is Kafkaesque. It's supposed to make you feel uncomfortable. It's supposed to make you feel disillusioned. It's supposed to make you feel bamboozled. And I felt all of those things. And it's not a book you read and you get to the end and you're like, oh wow, that's a story. You're just thinking, life is awful, isn't it? Tweak by Nick Sheff. This is a book about addiction. I loved it. A lot of people don't like this book because they feel like the writer made excuses for their addiction and was kind of justifying it or taking their life for granted. But I think that this was a very realistic story about addiction. Sometimes you love your addiction and sometimes you don't want to stop being an addict and you want to kind of revel in self-destruction. So I thought it was pretty real. And yeah, definitely read this. Anne Frank, The Diary of a Young Girl. Everyone knows this book. Holocaust, depressing, made me cry, awful. Seneca, Letters from a Stoic. This changed my life. Yeah, it just changed my life. It satisfied my soul in a way that I can't describe. And I think that's just what philosophy does. It makes your life feel like it has meaning and you're not just going through the motions. This book basically adds definitions to all of the highs and lows you go through in life and these emotions we go through, and we're constantly in flux. This book makes it make sense and makes it feel like there's some rhythm to the madness and the chaos, and I love it, and I love Seneca. George Orwell, 1984. Dystopian literature. Count me in. The Subtle Art of Not Giving a by Mark Manson. This is a self-help book which just teaches you that in life you have a limited amount of to give and you need to figure out what you want to give a about. And when you do, give a about those things and tune out the noise. Claire Keegan, So Late in the Day. Who doesn't love Irish women? I do. This is just beautiful. It's a feminist short story. It's awesome. I love women. Jean-Paul Sartre, La Nausée, or Nausea. This book did make me nauseous. It did. How do I describe this book? It doesn't really feel like a book. It feels like a merry-go-round when you're really drunk and you're on the verge of throwing up or just dying from alcohol poisoning. That's what this book feels like. Yeah, it feels like a bad trip. Quiet by Susan Cain, The Power of Introverts in a World That Can't Stop Talking. This was the first psychology book I read, and I read this book at a point in my life where I heavily identified as an introvert and I wanted something to validate my experience, and it worked perfectly at that time. It made me feel like I was normal for wanting to stay inside, and not wanting to be extremely social. And yeah, it definitely made me feel good about my psyche at the time. I don't identify as an introvert now. I would actually say I'm pretty extroverted. I definitely do need social interactions to feel good, but I but it's important that the social interaction is fulfilling. Just being around people can be a nightmare, and I think in phases of my life when I identified as an introvert, I was just sick of people, which is so normal. And yeah, cool book. Fyodor Dostoevsky, White Nights. I love Dostoevsky. Just, he does it for me. He does it for me. The kind of stimulation I get mentally from reading this man is just, oh, it's like theater mentally, inside, in my heart, in my soul. I feel light. I feel colorful. I feel like play when I read this man. He's amazing. Claire Keegan, Small Things Like These, another Irish classic. Who doesn't love that? This book is just awesome. It's about the Magdalen laundries in Ireland, and if you love Irish literature, if you love learn about Irish history, if you just love Irish people as a whole and you empathize with their history and what they've been through, you would love this. And I definitely love that. Such a good read, so empowering and so inspiring too. The way it ends off is just awesome. It's beautiful, truly. Franz Kafka, Metamorphosis. Wow. All I can say is wow. I'm speechless with this one. It's the perfect short story. This made me fall in love with Kafka, and I still want to get into more of his work, but this book is just, it's a delight, really. It is just fuel to your imagination. Call Me By Your Name by Andre Aciman. When I read this book, I was in a phase of my life where I didn't believe in romance. So me reading a romance novel was hilarious. I did not have emotions at this time. I wasn't interested in the idea of falling in love, but I read this and it definitely connected. It definitely made me yearn. It definitely opened my heart up. This didn't make me believe in love, but it definitely was a catalyst to where am I right now. Because right now, in the present moment, I am a lover girl. I do believe in love. So yeah, I appreciate this book. I appreciate what it did for me and highly recommend. Oscar Wilde, The Canterville Ghost, The Happy Prince, and Other Stories. Oscar Wilde is just a genius. He's Irish as well. Irish genius. Wow. Beautiful. The whimsy. I mean, you can see that by just looking at the cover. The whimsy is all I have to say about Oscar Wilde. Whimsy. This is another Oscar Wilde classic, The Picture of Dorian Gray. Again, whimsy, gothic, invigorating, enticing. This is just a beautiful book, and it is about a man who is obsessed with himself. He has the case of the narcissist. He has a little narcissist complex going on, and that leads to his demise. That's all I'll say. I'm not going to spoil it. Go read this. This is Angela's Ashes by Frank McCourt. Again, the Irish. This is a depressing memoir, and it's about the story of someone who grew up in poverty and absolute struggle in Ireland at a time when Ireland was just not doing great. And the story also happens in Limerick, which if you've ever been to Limerick, I would argue that it's probably one of the worst counties in this country. I hate that county. It makes you depressed. Limerick causes depression. So this book was a long, depressing read. But again, I just have a space in my heart for Irish literature and like the Irish plight and the Irish history. And I loved it. It was so personal. It was so touching. It was so it was beautiful. Paris, the memoir. This is Paris Hilton's story. Most notably, she talks about her experience in the troubled teen industry. If you don't know what the troubled teen industry is, please research this. There are documentaries on Netflix. There are articles talking about it, and it's a nightmare. I was horrified reading this, and I was also just stunned by the strength that this woman has, and just the strength that people have in general. People can go through the worst, the most horrifying, the most debilitating, the most just gauntly situations that by reading about them or even trying to conceive of them in your mind, you think there's no way this is survivable. There's no way someone makes it out of this in just an okay state of mind. But you see people overcome it. You see people just outdo themselves, and you see people just heal. And this book goes into that. And I think this is such an important story, and everyone needs to read this. Okay, y'all, that is all for now. I hope you enjoyed me talking about these books, and I hope you pick up some of these because they're truly amazing. And I just think reading is one of the best experiences in life. Truly, I think it's just one of the best things you can do. It's one of the best things that we have available to us. And I'm so grateful that literature exists, and I'm so grateful that writers exist, and I'm so grateful that I'm able to soak up this information, this knowledge, these worlds. I'm able to soak all these things up, but just by picking up a book and reading. And I would encourage everyone to do it. I want to read so much more, and I definitely want to be more regular with it. I want to be faster in reading, so I'm able to read as many books as I can before I leave this earth. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed it, and definitely like the video and subscribe if you want to support this channel. I'm just a girl trying to share my life with you all, and I'm just trying to connect with people as much as I can and potentially inspire people. It's something that's important to me. So if you're still watching, if you're here, thank you so much for supporting my channel. Like, I love that, and see you guys next time. Bye bye.